I apologize for not having a mic, so I have to use this, but I really wanted to give some quick tips today after I kind of ran into this recently, and I think it would help you, everyone out, how to photograph and give quick tips, models with lazy or cross eyes. It's something really important. It's a very serious video. Let's go. Okay, so most of the time you're going to get to a shoot, you're not going to know if a model that you're shooting does have some kind of either floating eye, lazy eye, cross eye, etc. So, you know, you have to be prepared. It's very important. And typically they're very, very self-conscious about it, and they don't necessarily say it at first. And when you start to take photos, you might notice it. Now, if you don't know what that is, if you don't know what a wandering eye is, basically it can be as simple as just looking straight at you, and all of a sudden one of the eyes tends to just drift another way. It's something genetic. It's something that, you know, the model cannot help. But does that mean you can't take photos of them? Well, no, that's actually preposterous. It's actually pretty simple to do so, and it's all about forcing the eye. It's all about looking a certain way and making the eye do kind of a dramatic movement or something a little more stiff. Now, one of the things you can do, and it's all about really about posing, ask if they mind that if it shows. If the model doesn't mind, then obviously don't worry about it. But you as a photographer, you should really emphasize a strong point and pose them a certain way, tilt their head a certain way. As I said, force their eye to do a certain movement. So I'm here to give you a couple quick tips, that was tough to say, on how to do that. Something very, very easy. You could even kind of mask it out just by a pose. And typically I'm referring that this would be for headshots, so actors, maybe CEOs or anything like that. So something on a really important website or in someone's portfolio. So they're going to really want something that does look like them. Now, you could take an easy way out, and I do not recommend this at all before I get into a kind of pose or anything like that. You can clone the good eye per se and put it in post. It's worked before. I've seen it. But it's fake, and to me, it just doesn't look real. And you're kind of lazy yourself at that point. No pun intended, but it's very important that I say, get the pose right, get it natural, it'll look better. Okay, so as I said, if I'm looking at, say, you're the shooter right now, and you're photographing me, and if I'm the actor, you're looking at me straight on. So all of a sudden, if I'm looking at you, maybe my left eye will drift a little bit to this way, and you take a photo and you notice that. So what do you do? Well, one of the things I would say is kind of turn your model a little bit, get that front shoulder forward, and I'm going to have him lean in and maybe look more towards the key light, and then kind of just do a quick glance up over to the camera. So that way you're doing a forced eye movement that is straight, it's direct, and they have to put in a lot of effort at first because you can catch the drift, you can catch the lazy eye. Once again, I'm not trying to offend anyone by saying that, but once again, watch, I'll turn to the key light, look at it, and then all of a sudden, look up and over. You might get something good. Obviously do your chin out and everything like that. So bam, bam. And you will catch it and it will work. Yes, it may drift, it might move, but you're covered. But what happens if that's not the look you're going for? Well, this one's simple. As I said, this is typically the straight up headshot look. So we'll go chin out, head down, forehead down a little bit. And once again, it's kind of drifting. So what do? One of the things I like to get, and it's more the intense look, is I'll have the model look straight down. So I'm looking straight down, and then I'll say, all right, look up at me. Bam. Capture the shot, because you're going to get it right at the peak action, kind of as you're playing sports. Bam, you got it locked on. The eyes, they're right there. Then they don't have a chance to move. So it's really all about making your model feel comfortable. And as I said, it's really important just to stress the eye movement. Now say, I'll give you another quick example. Say that the eye that's drifting or lazy is on the less strong side. So you can actually kind of cheat it a little bit. You can kind of turn it. You can make it the back eye. Once again, you can kind of hide it in a way. If it's really dramatic, if it happens, if it really elongates, you can actually do it pretty well. So you just take a photo as simple as this. You can hide it with some kind of shadow, which might look nice, even though the shadow's over here. But you can hide it with the shadow. It'll look great. And then once again, you're safe. It's not as obvious, and you can just have them kind of look over really quickly. This whole thing might seem a little intimidating, and when I first ran into my first experience with a model, I didn't know what the heck was going on. I really thought I did some quick research, and all of a sudden I thought it's really about all engaging with the eyes, giving sharp movements with them, and do it in short bursts. If you're trying to get someone to look this way for a long time, that's when you might notice the drift and everything like that. So make the model feel comfortable, take a step back, have some jokes, maybe drink a beer. So, all depends on how it goes. But as I said, it's really about engaging with the subject, getting sharp, quick movements, bam, capturing it on time, and it'll work out. So that's really all I got. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. I really just want to, tell a lot of the models out there, if you're getting headshots, you're getting portraits, do not be afraid. We understand what we're doing. We'll just get you a couple quick movements, a couple quick shots. We'll get a lot of looks in, and it'll work out. And as I said, it'll be natural, so be comfortable. Once again, I understand it could be awkward at first. A lot of people I know that they don't love getting their photograph taken because they have a drifting eye or wandering eye, but don't worry, we got you. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know down in the comments below. That's all I got. Please take a quick minute to subscribe. Give us a quick like if this helped you out. Once again, this is an important subject, and you know what? We can do this, really, and it's not that hard.